How you doing? Oh, the shades aren't doing anything. I still look like death. Hang on, let me get these off. There we go. So, it turns out going to see Mad Max in 3D will kick your fucking ass. And it's totally goddamn worth it. Oh, fuck. So, I don't know how many of you have been following me on Facebook or Twitter or anything like that, but I've kept the door cracked because I know the cats will start wanting in, and I can't. Oh, it would hurt me to do that. Hey, Chloe. So I haven't actually been home the past couple of days. I've actually been, the cats missed me. I haven't been home a couple of days. I've actually been crashing over at my mom's place because it's been it's been hard for me to do some things myself, like get food and shit like that. So hey Lloyd. So the cats are happy to see me. I've had Nick looking after the cats for the past couple of days, but I thought I would come here, hang out with the cats, shoot a vlog about my shit. Oh my god, like I'm looking at this in the fucking monitor right now. That is totally magical. Look, I'm doing a movie where I had to get in a fight, and I've got a thing for practical effects, so, you know, I busted up my shoulder and fucked up my face, because you gotta go practical, man. You gotta go old school. Now, like, I wish, I'm gonna talk a little bit about this, but then I'm also gonna get into, Lloyd, the animated series, a bit, too. So, this isn't all just gonna be me talking about my face and my shoulder. I wish there was a funny story to go along with this. I do. I wish there was even a halfway interesting story that went along with it. It really is nothing more than just me being just a clumsy doof. Like, I'm rarely at the hospital, like, at all, but, like, the past month, it's been, like, twice. One for just, epilepsy reasons. I had, there's a certain, I don't know how true this is with other people who have epilepsy too, but there's, like, a certain kind of, headache that is kind of an indicator that there's something really, really, really wrong there. Like, that kind of signals that a seizure might happen. This door's distracting me. That indicates that a seizure might happen. It's like this bizarre, almost bizarre feeling of deja vu you kind of get in your head of something that never happened. And then it instantly goes into your stomach and makes you incredibly nauseous, and it's this piercing headache. And that doesn't mean that every time that happens you'll instantly have a seizure. It just means that something's wrong there. Whenever I've had a seizure in the past, which the last time was when I was a freshman in high school, it was a result of feeling like that. And like once every couple of years that kind of thing will happen. And that happened again. It happened again, passed out, and so I kind of just had to be monitored for a few days. I didn't have a seizure, but there was definitely something wrong there, and my dosage of Tegretol had to be upped and all of that. Sorry, this really hurts. I'm actually in an astronomical amount of pain right now. But that was when I was in the hospital for a few days, which was a nice vacation. And then I get home, and the other day I'm just hanging out, and this is all just the result of me being a slapsticky idiot. I was just simply sitting on the porch. The porch here in my place, it's a little high off the ground. The railing is. So I was sitting on the railing on the porch, just having a cigarette, and it was kind of wet out that day, or night rather, and one thing led to another, and I just simply fell face and shoulder first into goddamn gravel. Nice bedding of concrete, gravel, rock, dirt. I don't even have a memory of it happening. I don't. Like, I was knocked out cold. 1 minute I'm sitting there on the, 1 minute I'm sitting there on the railing. Next minute, ambulance. Luckily, someone was with me. Otherwise, I would have woken up horribly confused and in pain. And I was, since it was a head injury, like I fucked up my face and my shoulder too. For the longest time, I didn't know what happened because I was drifting in and out in the trauma center, and it was pretty busy night. Like I could just by sounds I could hear that there was a lot of action going on there. So I'm kind of waking up every now and then, and I tried sitting up so I could go talk to somebody, but instantly when I would try sitting up, like I'm just back down on the table because like just this, I don't even know how to describe like the pain my shoulder is going through. My face looks bad, but it doesn't hurt. Like I can tell by looking at it that it's like there's some swelling around there and whatnot, but it itches. It'll get kind of itchy, but so yeah, don't scratch. It'll get kind of itchy, but as far as pain goes, my face feels totally fine. My shoulder, on the other hand, man. So I wasn't at the hospital for very long. I was they told me that they told me that I have a fractured shoulder, and they stitched my eye up, which that I couldn't even feel that. Like they squirted enough shit on there and just stitched it all up, and I didn't feel a thing as far as the stitches go. It's like maybe I'm just way too much more concerned about my shoulder and the fucking sheer amount of pain that is. It's like a soreness that's the size of your fist right in the middle of it. Maybe I could give you a look and see. There's some pictures of it on Twitter and Facebook and whatnot. Yeah, that looks like a knot. That doesn't look very good. I know what you're thinking, Lloyd. You don't want to jump on this. It may look cushiony, and it may be comfortable for you, but it probably won't be for me. So when I was discharged, they had a prescription for me and discharge papers too. And I thought it was in my bag because they had to cut since it was a wound like this, they had to cut my hoodie off of me. So I'm like leaving the hospital just in like the hospital gown and jeans. And beforehand, when I was laying there, hang on, let me find my phone real quick. When I was laying there, because like I said, for all I knew, like I thought I had had another seizure. That's totally what I thought had happened. I thought I had had another seizure and I just passed out and fell or something like that. And there's my phone. Sorry. That's not it. It was just simply me being clumsy and falling off of my own goddamn porch. So when I was laying there, there wasn't any like mirror around, and whatever mirror was kind of around, I couldn't get up and see it because I was like just moving a centimeter would just send like shooting amounts of pain through my arm, and oh man, it still hurts, man. Right? I know, man. Anyway, I could feel that my face was really bloody and like the pillow was really bloody. And I'm like, what does my face look like? So I had my phone on me. I had my phone in my pocket, and I pulled out my phone to take a picture of just of my face. And the one thing I regret about this, I'm like out of it here because I'm just my head injury, my shoulder pain, and I just so regret that I didn't smile. I didn't smile or give a shit-eating grin or anything like that. It wasn't even that I'm just like posing. I just simply wanted to take a picture so I could get a look at my face. And this is the worst picture of me ever since like your really dated like 80s and 90s pictures. But yeah, that's me all bloody sitting there and shit. There's a piece of like the gurney behind me that just looks like it's sticking right through my head. Oh man. So then I looked at that and was like, well, that's gonna leave a mark. And it will. They told me that this is gonna leave a scar up here. They had to shave like half of my eyebrow so they could get the stitches in there. But that's okay, the stitches look really diabolical. Like I have an even more diabolical eyebrow than usual. So Yeah, hell, I know, I'm gonna look different, man. I'm gonna look really different. It works out, I usually play a bad guy in our movies anyway. Why not? I did a freaking movie where I had an eye patch on. Uh, so, so then when I left, I thought my discharge papers and my prescription and everything were in my to-go bag. It's this plastic bag that my ruined hoodie is in that I'm gonna have to give a proper burial to. The black hoodie I've been wearing, not the bigger, bluer one that I wear sometimes. That one's still perfectly fine. So I get home and my discharge papers aren't in there. What must have happened is they must have just set it on the table and I just didn't see them do that and just didn't take it with me. So there was a period of like 24 hours or less maybe where I didn't have any pain medication, where I am dealing with this and like waking up in like the pain sweats and like just sweating and like just in like just the worst amount of pain, man. This is worse than my foot. This is worse than my foot. It's worse than sitting through old fashioned. It's worse than so much, man. Like when I got my nose broke when I was in like third grade, I got hit in the face with a shovel because me and my cousin were trying to make a catapult out of a shovel and things didn't go right. That's a more interesting story than me falling off my porch. So I'm sure that I remember that happening. I was in third grade when that happened, and I remember it happening, but I don't remember the pain. I'm sure that pain was probably worse than this, but I don't remember the pain part of that. But I don't know, this is bad. When I wake up in the morning, it's worse when I wake up in the morning because I've been on meds now, and I keep myself pretty medicated to keep the pain down. And that makes me pretty tired, and I'm tired now. I mean, it is morning, and I am dealing with this, because in the morning it's the worst, because when I'm asleep, the pain medication wears off, and then I wake up, and it is just a nightmare. Like, it's just a total nightmare waking up with this damn thing. And sitting up is the worst part. Like, I always take for granted, how many muscles you use in this part of your arm, and apparently it's a lot, even if you aren't necessarily using that arm. Sometimes it hurts to laugh. Sometimes it hurts to laugh. Sometimes, or you just like I said, just when the medications run out and not working, and the pain is back, just sitting up is awful. Sitting up and standing up. Walking around is fine. The first day, though, like, I was so dizzy from it, from the shoulder and everything, and I was so dizzy from the shoulder and everything, and whenever I would try standing up, I would just get, like, I'd feel like I had to throw up, like I was just so sick down here. And then the second day, the pain was worse, but I wasn't dizzy anymore, and I could walk around, but the pain was worse. I think I would rather have that, the pain being worse, just so long as I'm not dizzy and, like, feeling nauseous and shit whenever that happens. So, because at least, like, if it's painful, okay, I got some hardcore meds now that they set me up with. I can manage that. As the day goes on, I'm typically fine. Like, my arm falls out of this sling a lot. I have to readjust the sling a lot. And putting this shirt on yesterday, like, I probably stink right now. I probably just smell like ass. Putting this shirt, I might have this shirt on for a couple of days, because putting this damn thing on was... that took a while. That took a while, and I did it by myself, too. Oh, aw. Come here, buddy. Well, the door is open, man. Or did you just miss me? Or do you want me to start talking about the cartoon now? Is that it? It's all about you, isn't it? You want me to start talking about the cartoon, buddy? Come here. Jump up, buddy. I know you want to. You're sitting on the edge of the couch. There you go. There you go. Oh, easy, buddy. Easy. Okay, I guess I can talk a little bit about the cartoon right now. Alright, I said I would. in terms of me, okay, I'll get to this in a second, but I'm going to show a little sneak peek at the cartoon of the Lloyd animated series, since he had to sit through my, since he had to sit through me talking about all this shit. So this is actually the same clip that people on Patreon got an early look at, and since Lloyd the animated series is funded through everything with Patreon, people on Patreon will get an early look whenever the series is done. There's a little bit of a delay on the pilot because of issues with backgrounds. I guess the person who had been working on backgrounds had to take some personal time or leave for personal reasons or something like that. I can't remember. But now it's just simply they're just getting a different background guy. Nothing that's bad or anything like that. It's just simply like, something like that's going to cause a little bit of a delay because, everything is pretty much done except backgrounds. Like, I've seen a full rough cut of the episode, and I love it. Like, I think it's absolutely fantastic. I really love this show. I have so much faith in this show. So it's looking like, this is tentative, of course. This could obviously change, but it's looking like June. Maybe this will be ready to air. I hope it's June. I do. I hope it is, because like I said, I'm really looking forward to this airing. I'm looking forward to everyone seeing this. So, if you don't know the synopsis of the show, it's Lloyd. I should probably explain the synopsis. I don't know if they can understand you, Lloyd. So it's about a private investigator, and it's Lloyd. He's a Siamese cat. He's a private investigator, and he takes on cases from, it'll look familiar to some different movies that you've seen. For instance, the pilot episode has to do with Nuki's brother, Zico, as he's called in the episode. Actually, Nuki is called Dookie in the pilot. Zico hires Lloyd to search the African desert to find his long-lost brother, Dookie. So that's what the pilot is about. And this clip that you're about to see is a clip where backgrounds are done on it. And this is towards the beginning of the episode where Lloyd has just, it's the following day from a date that he had, and the date didn't go very well, and his secretary is Chloe, who's voiced by Jillian, and the two of them are just kind of talking about that and talking about some shit. So here's a little scene involving Lloyd and Chloe shooting the shit in Lloyd's office.
Why are you so bad at dates, Lloyd? You're a private investigator. You ask people questions for a living.
Yeah, I ask them questions about missing children, murdered relatives, cheating spouses, none of whom I want to sleep with at the end of the night.
Ah, so somebody's already forgotten about the Russell widow.
That's different. It turned out that she killed her husband, so there was absolutely no grief on her part.
You know what your problem is? You're too much of a pushover. Nothing rattles you. You're easygoing, even-tempered. I don't think I've seen you get annoyed with anyone for more than 10 seconds.
This conversation is annoying me.
Give it another second.
Huh? Oh, did you have a nice weekend?
See what I mean? When that broad last night told you weren't getting any, did you put up a fight? Did you make your case?
Are you asking if I beat her?
What did you do when she turned you down?
I paid the check, I went home, and slept at the foot of the bed with a bottle of Kentucky bourbon.
You paid the whole check?
She had already left. I couldn't stiff the place. It's my favorite bar.
One of these days, you're gonna find someone who really pushes your buttons, and you'll either have the best sex of your life, or you'll end up shooting someone.
I'm praying for both. Send in my 130.
Alright, now I'm back. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm really, really excited for the show. I think it'll be pretty great stuff. It's one of my favorite. The pilot it's one of my favorite things on the site. It is. I think the series itself will by far and away be one of my favorite series on the site. I'm really looking forward to seeing where it goes. In terms of what you can expect coming up, I have drive to get back to work and to get back to things. I know I was taking some time here and there in between some stuff, between the epilepsy stuff in the hospital, bit of depression that I went through and some drama and shit like that, but that's, you know, that was months ago, it's whatever. I'm certainly ready. I certainly have the drive and everything to get back to work. Thing is, I gotta wait for this to feel better, because this is my editing arm. I wish I had fallen on my left side, because this is the hand that I used to edit. If I can get it elevated a little bit to a mouse, that would be fine. That would be fine. So we'll see how it goes in terms of me editing this vlog. Luckily, there's not a lot of editing that goes on with that. And I can still, as you can see, I'm kind of moving it like this, but I'm not moving my shoulder at all right now. And I'm looking at myself in the monitor. I'm not moving my shoulder at all right now. And when I edit, yeah, there's some shoulder movement that goes on there, so we'll see how it goes. You know, I had that riff that I put up yesterday that was made before all of this happened. I shot a Brad Tries before all of this happened, and so I'll see about getting that edited too. There's still going to be midnight screenings. There's still going to be that coming up. My next Snob episode is the 300th episode, and I definitely have to wait till I'm in good shape to do that. If anything, I could do more Tequila and Benetti, as I've had a Tequila and Benetti written since Minneapolis, because I wrote it in Minneapolis. And it's just a matter of me recording it and getting that done. I can probably do some Tequila and Benettis and stuff, but like I said, it's gonna be dependent on how much my shoulder will let me work, you know, and what the doctor says too, because I got a follow-up appointment on it and everything. So it's all gonna be dependent on that. But regardless, there's gonna be material up on the site. So we're still working hard on that. Dave and Brian are talking about doing some Flaming Brians together, maybe next week sometime. Sarah and Ryan have started their own podcast, so I know that that's recorded. Don't know when it's going to be posted, but I know that they've recorded it. So there's still going to be plenty of stuff that you can find on the site. It might not necessarily be a Snob video right now, but there'll be some other stuff too. At least you got a good old look at this up close and personal. Fuck, man, that sucks. So okay, I'm gonna try like hell to get this shit posted, and I'll still be hanging out on Twitter and Facebook and whatnot. Someone did say something funny. They were like, oddly enough, he tweets more having lost function of his right shoulder. That's true. Well, I don't have much to do. I'm just kind of hanging out on the couch, you know? Just kind of hanging out on the couch, watching some fucking TV and shit. Binge watched True Detective the other day. I'd seen it before, but it's True Detective, so fuck yeah, I'm watching that again. I'm gonna be hanging back out over at my mom's later once I get done with all my work stuff. I'm gonna bring over. I haven't seen The Ritz in a while. I'm gonna bring that over. It's one of my favorite comedies ever. You ever see The Ritz? Jack Weston, Treat Williams, Rita Moreno, Jerry Stiller, so fucking good, man. I got a big Warner clamshell of that. I'm gonna bring that over and watch that. I'm feeling a Ritz kind of day. Okay, I might have rambled on enough, so I'll see ya.